Where's my thread? Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Yes, it's live from the Oman house. What's going on? Hi, Cindy. Hi, Kat. Hi, Sydney. Hi, Natalie. So, what is it? We're a week away from Thanksgiving, huh? Oh boy, unbelievable. Yeah, a year ago. No, I'm not going to get into that. Anyways, Rolino, how are you? I need to speak to you. I need to actually speak to you, really. It's because I want to do something with the book and Amazon, but I still have to finish getting the editing done. Hi, C5. Hi, Sarah. How's everybody doing? It's actually freezing the hell out down here, as a matter of fact. Let me tell you what the temperature is. Jesus Christ. All right. Outside, it's a whopping 54 degrees, and it's going to be going down to 49 degrees tonight. I know I sound like it's not like that goddamn commercial. Don't become your parents. I'm not. I'm the weather fucking man. What's with you? That's how I get paid. No. In any event, Thomas, hey, what's going on? I've been working on another book myself. I'm still working on the first book, even though I need to do volume 2. It's terrible here also. We're super windy today. Yeah. Where are you, C5? Are you up in Northern California with the supercells coming through? Sandy, how are you? I'm just eating some homemade cornbread. Starving. I want a special shout out to Heidi Crabtree, who sent me a copy of her book, Not a Soldier, but a Scoundrel. The Lives and Deaths of Major George Graham. Oh, wow. Columbus. Wow. Yeah, it's going to be cold up in Northern California. As a matter of fact, they're going to get rain in Washington and Oregon. I'm pretty good, Sandy. Just hang in. Oh, and Hammett, my God, Kat, it's freezing out there. And cold in Wales. Sure, sir, no doubt. Cindy, where are you up in? Northern California or Washington, Oregon? I've got the camera, I got the screen there. And I can do this. Maybe that's a little bit better for the visualize. You're in San Antonio, Sandy. My God. Yeah, Cindy, it's going to get colder up in Northern Cal. You guys are going to get rain. I heard you're going to hit the jackpot with the supercell coming. That's a terrible angle. Yeah, let's bring it like that then. Get this out of there too. Whoa, back it up. Oh, you can look up now. Here, why don't you do this? I'm trying to get this thing so I can see and read and look at you guys evenly. So, yeah, we're supposed to have some terrible rain cells up in Northern California, Washington, and Oregon. They're going to get hit with some major. I heard somebody said it's going to be like 21 inches of rain. Yeah, the bomb cyclone. You said it. When are you going to Simi Valley? You know, on the 29th, we've got the American Ghost Walks doing their ghost investigation here. A week from Friday, the night after Thanksgiving. Hey, Lady Dragon's Blood, how are you? Avita Zane, Guten Abend. I know a little German. His name is Friedrich. He was about like 5'5", maybe 5'2". Yes, and it's going to be bad there. Thanksgiving, probably going to take out one of the birds on Sunday and defrost it and make, my usual turkey dinner. That's okay. You're in Germany. I know a few words in German. Oh, you poor bastards in Austin. Jesus Christ. 40. In mourning. You're in mourning? Oh, I'm sorry, Cindy. God. Well, if you come to the house on the 29th, it should be fun. It's like I said, it's going to hit the night after Thanksgiving. It's always crazy. I finally got something. Finally asked for getting something. I got this. This is this is all 3 volumes of more scary stories. So 3 books to chill your bones. I figured, got to read this shit. I know you guys loved the first time I did that. You're leaving in the morning to come down to Simi Valley. I'm going to go to visit my friend over at Santa Anita in the next couple of days. She's in the, excuse me, my friend Kristen Medell Simpson's actually at the horse shows out there. Sunshine? Yeah, except in the winter it gets extremely cold, and now we've got rain. I think Saturday and Monday we're supposed to have rain. Hi, Pixie. How are you? So I figured hi, Sandy, and since I got the book, hey, Ren, I might pick a story or 2 out of this. Oh, yeah, I've got some very interesting news. Well, you know, we've been pitching the 3-part or 4-part doc series about the house and the story of the actual authorized biography based on my book, Ghosts of Cielo Drive. And no, I've never been to the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Never been there before. But as I was saying, and we pitched it out to a couple of different production companies to develop the idea, and one of them came back positive, and we're waiting for, I guess, probably tomorrow, Friday, we'll find out what the second one says and see which one we go with. But at least we've got one definite interested party to develop the docuseries on the house. Excuse me. Hey, Tracy's Talk. Ren, there's nothing being a crybaby when it goes to be like 40 degrees. Nothing fun about that. Thank you, Lady Dragon. To buying the Crescent Hotel. Well, that's okay. If you want to live in whatchamacallit, in Arkansas, that's great. Hey, PJ, how are you? What's Prince Pizza the other night? Hold it up. That was okay to ask. If not, sorry. Prince Pizza the other night, a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it was Prince Pizza. I had to get Corey to do that. I can't stand the cold weather. Hey, Mr. Beckham, how are you? Yes, thanks, Cindy. I appreciate it. Well, it's not to congratulate me, but I'm still trying to get a friend of mine to get his partner to be the host of the show, which would guarantee a lot of openings. So I'm going to work on that. 30 degrees here in Utah. My God. No thanks. I guess it's dry. It's not raining or it's not snowing there, huh, Tracy? In any event, like I said, so that's something good. So we're going to be developing that over the next couple of weeks and making that happen. A couple of weeks, more like a couple of months. My God, we're going right into the thick of, Thanksgiving. In Hollywood, Thanksgiving means 6 weeks of we're not in the office. We're taking off till after the first of the year. And I always go, I hate this time of year because there's nothing happening. But who knows? Maybe this will be different. Maybe we'll make a change in that, a dent in that. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Ice and snow there, Lady Dragon's Blood. That's crazy. Yeah, Sandy, I'm not much. I can't argue with you. I cannot argue with you there. 40 degrees is a hell of a lot better than it is when it's around 103 or 105 up here. You're right. And I guess I can always light a fire in the fireplace, except when the wind is blowing, and it's nauseating when it's windy and you want to have a fire in the fireplace and it's 35, 40 degrees outside and you're going, God will help me. So yeah, I'm a bit of a bitch when it comes to the weather. I like it nice and temperate. I mean, 50 degrees is great, but when you're starting to go into the 40s, no thanks. And what's everybody saying? I have a nice and I'd rather hold. Hi, David. Hi, Jill. How are you? So, like I was saying, so that's good. Still trying to sell the movie. Yes, the movie's still available. I had somebody rent a copy of it today on Vimeo. It's been a couple months since we popped that person who bootlegged the copy and had it up there for free on YouTube. Kind of defeats the purpose of making a movie. You make a movie for a freaking $500,000, you expect to make some of the money back. As it is, I'm making $3 for a 3-day rental. Excuse me. I'm thoroughly enjoying my Marie Callender's cornbread mix. I made it myself. What the hell time is it? Oops, sorry. It's right now 10:40. About an hour ago, about 9:40, I sat down in that kitchen of mine over there. Let me straighten this out. It shouldn't be so cockeyed. And spent about all of 7 minutes putting together the Marie Callender's cornbread mix. No Berliner, it's cornbread. Yeah, I got the milk. I'm saving it to make more cornbread, though. I'm sure I have animal spirits in here. I've never seen them, but other people have. Do a mukbang with a spoon. Hey, thick lady. I'm live and I'm on doing a show, so I must be doing something. Yes, sir. Jesus, 37 degrees. My God, so that's nuts. Not Egg McCornbread, Merlino. My God. What's the barbecue stuff you cook? I usually make baby back ribs. I also do prime rib. I also do chicken. Oh, yeah, I did these things called chicken lollipops. Drumstick lollipops. You take the drumstick, you cut around the top, you take off the knob, and you push the meat down onto the bone. So you have this like the bone, and then you get this ball of meat, and you barbecue it like that. And as you're barbecuing it, you then dip it into this barbecue sauce that you create, and then you let it hang. I will tell you, I have had drumsticks all my life. These were insane. They were juicy, they were moist, and what's the difference is unlike when you're cooking them on the grill, you hang them over, so they're literally roasting over the grill, over the heat. Ren, I'll have to admit, you're right. Flannels, it's fun to sleep in flannel sheets and wear flannel to bed. Yeah, I admit it. Oh, God. You ate barbecue ribs? Oh, that's good. The chicken was insane, Jill. It was crazy. I saw it. I think it was on Instagram. I was blown away. Oh, well, of course, Ren. I just don't have any honey, unfortunately. Merlino, neither myself nor I'd say 99% of the freaking audience gives a rat's ass if you sleep in the buff. Okay? That's what we call TMI, too much idiotic information. Jesus Christ. Oh, thank you, thick lady. Yeah, I actually did a barbecue video about 24 years ago in the turn of the century. You can say that, in 2000, called The Original Bachelor's Barbecue Show. And it was to show you the quickest, simplest, and easiest way to prepare barbecue and to not to fool your friends, but to impress your friends. Bachelor style, of course, which is, When you're a bachelor, you don't want to spend a hell of a lot of time making and preparing a meal. You want it to be done like this, because what's the point of being a bachelor if you're making all your time spending in the kitchen? Recipe, Cindy? Hold on one second, Sydney. Sorry, Sydney. It's Cindy. My recipe for cornbread. Foolproof. I tell you, this recipe is foolproof. Mind you, this is not a commercial or an endorsement, but this is my personal. This is Marie Callender's. See this? It says Callender's. That's right, kids. I swear by this stuff. You get it at Costco, it's like $10. You are sitting pretty. It takes no rhyme or reason. Just 2 eggs, 1/3 of a cup of oil, a cup of milk, and what the hell else do you need? And 3 cups of this, of course. It's so definitely worth it. I'm telling you. A little honey and a little butter, and you're in heaven. I'm telling you, this stuff is the bomb. I'll show you what the hell it looks like. You're so gosh darn greedy here. This is an 8 by 8 inch baking pan. You see how much I've eaten in the past 20 minutes? God, no, half hour. Past half hour, I've eaten this much. Okay? I love this stuff. It's the bomb. To me, it's dessert. It takes about half an hour to cook. Do you own a restaurant? No, Merlino. I did once upon a time. Had Ribs USA. I'll have to tell my husband to check out that chicken recipe. He's a cook in our house. Yeah. Well, I'm the cook in my house because there's nobody else here but me, and I'm going to have to prepare food. So if I'm going to eat and survive, it's pretty damn sure I'm going to have to be getting myself the food. You need to put up that video again. Upload the video of the Bachelor's Barbecue show. Organic yuck. Why do you say that, Sandy? Sydney dead. I make my own version of barbecue in the slow cooker. Yeah, well, I use the barbecue, the gas, the gas grill out there. Shredded cheese in it. Bacon. Why do I want to add cheese? This is a dessert. This isn't some kind of a side dish. It's just cornbread. It's, sweet. It's not, Been in Germany since 2002. I miss it so much. Good American food. You can buy Americans. European Dr. Pepper. Yes, European. Speaking of European guidelines, I saw a video. And this isn't even Europe. This is between Canadian foods and American food. And they were comparing the two, and they said there's a lot of, discussion and debate about the difference between what's sold in America under the same label, the same product, and how it's sold in Canada, manufactured. And what they said was, they showed that in Canada, they were showing an example was Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops, of course, with the toucan, the whole thing, it's all fruity and it's, it's basically crappy cereal here in America. Well, they showed you the bag, the box, the 2 boxes. This one's from Canada, this one's in the USA. And they showed you the contents, and they open them up and they show you the American, and it's all brilliantly colored. Looks great, really eye candy, literally. The other version is more muted colors, but you still have colors to the different flavors. So you have yellow. It's not as brilliant. It's not as eye-catching, and it's kind of dull. Difference is the American version is colored with dyes. The Canadian version, artificial dyes and sweeteners. The Canadian version, get this, is colored with natural food colorings, extracts. So obviously in oranges, they use orange pigment from the oranges, etc., and they use the actual orange flavor as well. So he does the blind taste test. He does the switches around. does both of them, two bowls. One looks really shiny and eye-catchy. The other one just pours the milk into both of them, does the switch around, puts the goddamn bandana around, switches around a few more times. He doesn't know at the bottom of the bowl it's got A and B, so he knows USA and B for Canada. Tastes one. Okay, let's try the other. Oh, God, this is really bland. Let me taste the other. I really like this one. This one really, really tastes good. Takes the blindfold off, looks at the gosh darn things, and which one do you think he's more... Personally, blind taste test is the winner. That's right. It ain't the eye candy with the eye-catchy flash. It's the Canadian one with the fruit flavors that are real, not the artificial sweeteners, etc. So that goes to show you, kids. What they're selling you is here in the U.S. compared to what they're selling you in other countries, is one's not so healthy for you and one is, and one, it's just kind of like we should be having, Kellogg's be bringing us the same stuff they're selling in Canada, or we should mandate the same levels of quality control that they have there, since there's something about that makes a hell of a lot of sense. Sydney said something. Yeah, I saw that too, Kat said. But lady, that's exactly the look. It looked pastel-y. That's exactly it. They do, but the flavoring is so much better because they're using actual fruit flavors, not artificial sweeteners. Come on. I always thought Lusty Charms tastes like crap. Well, yeah, it does taste like crap. Come on. No matter where you are. Those little fucking things they call marshmallows. Seriously, guys, it hasn't changed in 50 gosh darn years. Yes, please upload the bachelor's video you provide the link to it. Some of us. I don't think the video has a song in it called Hot Barbecue Tonight, and it was and is still owned with the rights. So when I tried to upload it, YouTube flagged it because the owners of that song wanted me to pay an exorbitant amount of money for the song rights to that song. And it goes, Hot Barbecue Tonight, da-da-da-da. And it's got a nice jazzy flavor to it. And it was like 30 seconds long. I wasn't going to spend $5,000 for it. It looked like pale circles. It tastes like fruit from the crossword. I'm so sorry. I'm just laughing at what Lady Dragonblood said. That is hysterical. As I'm reading that. Ren. Oh, Ren. Are you on acid? The man who wants to strike down, gosh darn, and abolish, whatchamacallits? What do they call them again? Inoculations. RFK Jr. You might as well just wish and hope that the gosh darn cow jumps over the moon first before that ever happens. You really, come on, Ren. You're dreaming. You're in for a big, big, bad, sad surprise. I got news for you. Man doesn't know his ass from the hole in the ground. He's got an earthworm in his head. Pixie, you're right. In Canada, they require them to use real sugar and not processed corn syrup in their sweeteners in the chocolates. Oh, chocolate in Europe is real. It's, you got Swiss chocolate, you got Belgium chocolate, you got the German chocolates are really, German and Austrian chocolates are underrated. They really are really good. The chocolatiers there are incredible. Sydney, please. Does Sharon's ghost enjoy cornbread? I don't know, Merlino. What's with you tonight? You're asking the cockeyed questions. You usually don't do that. So what I'll do is next time I'm making ribs, I'll do a live stream on it. From beginning to middle to end, which is basically the prep. So I'll basically start with taking the ribs and, basically showing you what you will do with your ribs when you get them, because it's so simple. And people don't understand. Most people screw up their ribs by simply doing this honest to goodness first mandatory step. If this is the ribs, and the ribs are curved, you have to literally go inside the ribs and take the silver skin out. There's this thin layer or membrane that's on the back, on the inside of the ribs, on the back part of the ribs. You have to literally remove that. If you don't, you are guaranteed to have grizzly, you've tasted grizzly ribs and it's like, oh, there's a grizzle there. That's the grizzle. You've cooked the silver skin. It's called, technical word is silver skin. It's on the back part of the ribs. And you have to remove that. That way you will allow the seasoning and the heat also to penetrate through it. And that way you don't have that grizzle growing or basically grilling the grizzle. The question everybody wants to know. I'm just asking this question everyone wants to know, Mr. Oman. What's the question? Oh, shut up, David. You're such a putz. You are beyond repair with that shit. You're such a putz. I'm sure pot chocolate from Poland is awesome. I've never had it. Ren, stock up on your foreign goods, especially those from China, because you're going to pay twice the amount that you're paying now. Well, not twice, but you'll be paying a hefty duty on that. Cat bonsai. I was thinking of doing one of my prime ribs, but I don't remember how many I have left in the freezer. And by that, I mean, I think there's one 15-pound turkey, and then there's 2 prime ribs. Or I should say in German, there's 2 prime ribs and one, no, it's 2, right. So there's 2 prime ribs and 1 16-pound bird I've got. Sydney, I don't have the thing. Yeah, no, I think that'd be great to show you guys how it's done. It's so simple. The live will obviously go on for quite a bit because the prep work, doing just the silver skin, and then you basically, what I'll do is I'll season them and then I'll put them on the grill so I won't take the usual time. I'll say, no, I'm not going to. Well, first, I could do what they do in television, which is you usually take one rack of ribs and you start showing them, this is how we do this. Then you do another rack of ribs and you're already done and they're already and they're ready to go and they're on the grill. So you cut through and then you have the final rack of ribs. So that basically a 10-minute segment is compressing basically an hour's worth of footage into one on live. So we'll have stuff, different segments done. As a matter of fact, Lady Berg, no. It's now been 3 days since the figurines have been knocked over, and I'm kind of upset by it. No plans for Christmas to speak of, Ramon. Thanks for asking. I'm doing well. How are you, Ramon? Excuse me. Rib trick? Yeah, the rib trick's important. Do I have a P.O. box? Yes, Jill, I have a P.O. box. Are the Beetlejuice figurines? No, they're not. Have you had any guests over for Thanksgiving? I probably will have my friend Kristen come visit for Thanksgiving to hang out. Sharon's last meal was at the Coyote. There's controversy about not being. I have no idea what Sharon's last meal was at the Coyote. I wouldn't have any concern or consideration. Please do the how-to for the prime. I think I've done it. Oh, that's right. No, I've shot videos here of me making and preparing the prime rib. I have not shown it on live. Again, the problem is well, especially with a prime rib, you have to marinate it overnight. And basically with a prime rib, the trick is this. I mean, honestly, I thought prime rib was like, I don't want to say an extravaganza, but from a cooking perspective, it's freaking simple as can be. Honestly, if I had a choice to tell you which more difficult to prepare, ribs or prime rib, I'll tell you this, the ribs are more difficult. And that's what's funny about it. No, Ren, I'm not going to do that. I used to make the stuffing, but then the stuffing inside the bird became an issue, and making it outside the bird tasted dry. It didn't taste good, and it's fattening as all hell. So, yes, Brandy, I'm so glad I found you live. If somebody wants to manifest, you might see one right behind me in this doorway. They have been known to manifest and pop up and, visit from now and then. Be a good stream. Yeah, the ribs, like I said, the ribs take usually the ribs, again, the trick to food, and this is important that people don't understand, is you want to let the seasoning sit in and marinate into the meat. It doesn't have to be overnight. Well, with the prime rib, it is overnight, because that's the trick of prime rib. As I was saying, between one and the other, you see the prime rib, the trick is that you take this huge hunk of meat and rib bones all together, connected. And when I say simple, it's like this. You basically take a container, you take a bowl, and you put in about a half a jar of Grey Poupon. Then you take a bottle of Morehouse, regular old-fashioned yellow mustard. You mix these both together. Good 8, say 4 ounces of each in a bowl. And then you're going to add some fresh minced garlic. You're going to add some seasoned salt. You're going to add some fresh ground pepper. And what the hell else do we always add? Shit, I'm missing something. Crap. I've done with balsamic vinegar. I've added sometimes to the mix a few shots of it. Sometimes red sherry or red wine. Oh shit. I thought I saw a ghost. No, it's the cat. It's Samantha. Hey, Sam. That little meow is Sam. Oh my God, just post it when you cook. Just post it when you cook. I knight your book. Thank you. I'm glad you like it, Brandy. What is it saying? Vincent Booley used to say, Helter Skelter. Sharon and the group had dinner somewhere. They said they had it at whatchamacallit. Says they got back at 10 p.m. Yeah, they got back early that night. No, Sharon's sister wanted to come over. The conversation went early in the day, and Sharon said, no, we're not going to do anything tonight. We're going out to dinner. We're staying home, and that's it after that. You're hungry? Yeah, no shit. Believe you me, I've got recipes up the wazoo of stuff that I know to make on the grill, like a fresh, what was it? It was barbecued, or it's barbecue, but it's basically made on the grill. It's they were prawns, or you can do it with prawns or shrimp on a skewer, marinating in, God almighty, what was it? Lemon, lime, tequila, and fresh cilantro and some garlic, all minced up and just sitting there. And then you put them on the grill. Oh my God. Oh God, they're so good, because the flavors get into the prawns or into the meat of the shrimp, and it's just unbelievable. What are we saying? I crack an egg or two into the stuffing and prevent. Oh, of course, Ren, but I just don't. I'm just not going to make any stuffing this year. Episode of Night Gallery titled "The House," and the actress named Joanne Pettit. Looks like Sharon in the house. I've heard about that. Somebody else mentioned that to me a while ago. It's not the same house. I checked that out. Sam, would you please come down from there? Hi, movie star. How are you? I'm watching the cat. You want to see what I'm watching? I'm watching this. That. Sam. Hey, Samantha. Yes, you're on camera. She's giving me the dirty look like, what the hell do you think you're doing? Here, let me just help her up because she's in a bad way. Here, you want to go there? There's a chair. You can make it now. You can look, chair to there. Yeah. Unfortunately, she wanted to go under the counter. Hold on. She wanted to go on the counter. Why does she want to go? Oh, she wanted to go on the counter because she's hungry. Son of a bitch. Come here, eat this. This is your chicken. Here. Chomp, chomp. Excuse me. As I was saying. So let me get back to the prime rib. So with the prime rib, so you've got your 2 different mustards. And yeah, it's better to do the 2 mustards. And there's a reason behind this. You're going to go, what, on the meat? It's like, yes. And you put all these ingredients. So you've put in your, oh, that's right. Shit, thank you. You chop up some fresh rosemary. And you chop up your fresh garlic. And you crush your pepper. And you add the seasoned salt. And you mix it all together into this bowl with all this mustard and stuff, the 2 different mustards. And of course, you add a little balsamic vinegar, or you can have a little red wine. And you lather it all over the entire 5 to 10 pound piece of rib roast. I want to pet that cat. Great. It's rock. It's hey Santa. I changed my profile because Christmas is on the way. Hey Santa, how are you? It's rock. Drummer. I love that. So Sam's like busted. Yeah, she is. I just watched the movie, The Haunting of Sharon Tate. It's a very interesting movie. Yeah, except it's a lot of exploitive shit about her. That's the problem I heard. Saw Black Hat. Yeah, Whisper. Oh, that's a cool name. Do you know if your neighbors? Well, my neighbor next door's house is empty, and the house next door is being rebuilt. So I don't have any. What ribs am I gonna? What animal am I gonna hunt up here? So as I said, so you take this 5 to 10 pound hunk of rib roast, and you lather it. And then, of course, if you want to put some fresh garlic or some fresh pepper, ground pepper on it, and basically you have to let it sit overnight. Thanks, movie star. I appreciate it. And you let it sit overnight. So basically, you're allowing the meat to absorb the flavors. And the reason why you use the mustard is because if you just put the seasoning on it, the seasonings will drop off and won't stick to the meat. So that's why, and not to mention the mustard also, the flavors actually penetrate into the meat. And I know you go, mustard, I don't like mustard. Trust me, it is delicious. It helps the marinade get into the meat. So the flavors of the pepper and the garlic and the rosemary gets into that. It's incredible. Oh, yeah, and thyme. Pardon the, yes, you get thyme. You actually put thyme in it, the herb as well. Yeah, no shit. You're glad you ate. No kidding. So you basically then put it on the grill, and you put the rotisserie spit, which is this metal skewer with the teeth on the ends, and you clamp it in there, and you put it on the grill for, how long was it? I think it was 20 minutes per pound. I forgot, until it gets into a temperature of 160 degrees internal temperature. And you need a thermometer. And I'm telling you, man, I got hooked on the goddamn things. I've made like 8 or 10 of them for the past couple of years. I'm embarrassed to admit it. Excuse me. I'm trying to catch this. Have you ever seen any? No, my friends have seen mountain lions around here. Hit the like for David. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. I love marinated shrimp. Yeah, marinated shrimp. Hey, Richard the Beast, how are you? They demolished the seal. Yeah, because of money. That's why, Ramon. It's always because of money. Look, Ramon, when you have a 2,000 square foot home on a lot that's over 20,000 square feet, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to tear down the 2,000 square foot house and put a 10,000 square foot, or 20,000 square foot home on it. And that's what they did. Hi, Annie. How are you? Wait a second. What premonition? No. Annie, the premonition that Sharon had at the Jean Harlow house and the Paul Byrne house was 100% true. I've read the article from 1969 that, where Sharon made 69, 66, where she told that story. That's the problem with that. That's an actual story. Oh, you guys see that? Just that, like, light, whatever the zip by? That was the spirit. If you see that and I'm like talking to you, see it's like shadows zip by, that's them. Ramon, I thought Once Upon a Time in Hollywood did a good job of changing history. Well, Ramon, that's the whole story that he did in Inglourious Bastards. He took history and changed it around to fit his narrative. But unfortunately, I personally am not a fan of it. Kate says, The Haunting of Sharon Tate was terrible. That's what I've heard. I haven't seen any of them. I don't have any interest in seeing those movies. Charlie's Girls, Manson, any one of the number of films that was made about after Charles died, which is funny when you think about it. After he died, the floodgates blew open. And like I said, with the ribs, you have to marinate them, season them, whatever. Then you put them on the grill, and every goddamn 10 minutes, you have to go back and look at them, flip them over. Then you got to put the barbecue sauce on. Then you got to wait another 10 minutes and flip them over and put the more barbecue sauce on. The labor intensity, the difference in the disparity of the labor intensity to make ribs versus making the prime rib is, like I said, the prime rib is the easiest thing to do. You throw it on the grill and it's like, all right, you put it on the spit, you put it on the thing, you flip the switch, and the rotisserie spins around. So you're just sitting there waiting, and you check it in an hour, and it's like, okay. But with ribs, it's like constantly like, oh my God, the ribs, they got to be done. Oh my God. You haven't. Tell you one thing though. Once Upon a Time was way better movie than. Well, yeah. Well, one's $100 million motion picture with Leo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and what's her face? Margot Robbie. Sorry, Margot. Now that's interesting, movie star. Well, here's the thing about that. For the hot wings, they actually sit on top of the grate, and it's direct heat. When you're using the rotisserie spit, and you're cooking on the grill, you're not. It's indirect heat, meaning it's direct heat when you're putting the food onto the grill, like with the wings. And what happens is that it's the fires are lapping up on the bottom of the chicken. When you're sitting there and the rotisserie is in the middle of the barbecue and it's rotisserie and it's spinning, there's no direct heat. It's just the heat, the convection heat that's around the grill or in the grill that's basically surrounding the meat that's cooking your meat. That's the difference between roasting and grilling. So you could use that mustard sauce and put it on there at the last minute of cooking the wings. And then you could also make a side dish of it and have as a dipping sauce, which would be interesting, as a matter of fact. Well, I appreciate that, Kat. I could give you guys some great recipes, like for homemade pesto pasta, or just homemade pesto sauce. Do what the hell you want with it. You can have it on pasta. You can have it on bread. You can, instead of making garlic bread, you can make pesto garlic bread. Not Parmesan bread, but pesto Parmesan bread. Joey, how are you? Oh yeah, I could also make carne asada, which I love. I just made it a couple weeks ago, Joy. It was on sale at Ralph's. I couldn't resist. Well, thanks for stopping by, Joy. I appreciate it. It's so good and it's so easy. Well, thank you very much, Thick Lady. I appreciate that. Yeah, carne asada is delicious. I mean, it's another thing I've learned how to make, and it's so easy. And I have a twist on the stuff that I make. I added a little soy sauce to it, made it a little differently. Yeah, if you can get the flat meat, go get it and freeze it. When it's on sale, I always buy lots of stuff when it's on sale and I freeze it. So I use it later on. Yes, I do too, that Santa Claus. I got to be up at 10 by 9:30 to get out of here and do some things tomorrow, so I'm not going to be on much longer. But it's an idea to do some kind of a cooking show because I love to cook and I think it's so much fun. And pesto pasta, my God, taught me that years ago. And God, I haven't made it in a long time. He also taught me how to make chicken piccata. It was veal piccata, but he says, no, do it with chicken. It's cheaper and it's a lot easier to make than having to spend the money on veal, and you have a conscience afterwards still. How fast was Brad Pitt going past your house in the convertible? You mean the car fast at all? That piece of shit car? The truth of that car was, and I saw it firsthand and have the video footage to prove it, it was a death trap. They had to have guys in front of the two guys behind the car. I swear on the Holy Bible, I didn't sign a goddamn release, so I can talk about it. They came up the driveway, past my neighbor's house, turned around in my driveway. The clutch was busted up. The brakes were pretty lousy. And one guy gets in the front and they're pushing the car back. And Brad's like, oh shit. And he's got the camera rig mounted on the side of the car to get the pan shot across his face. And as he's turning around, as he's coming up the street, I'll never forget it, and I kid you not, one of these days when we do a live daytime shoot, I'll take you outside and I'll show you the spot where Brad literally came too close to the neighbor's wall. And the camera rig, which is comprised of like a 2-inch, an inch and a half diameter pole rig, it's set up as a framework on the side, hang off the side of the car, comes and breaks the guy's concrete wall and took out about, it's a good 8, 9, 10 inch section of the wall is scraped. And I was outside, just happened to be outside watching them shooting, and it is, and I'm like, what? And I'm looking, I'm like, look straight to where the source of the sound is, and I'm like, boy, that's really gonna hurt. And when they're done, there's the scar. I kid you not. It goes from the end of the gosh darn wall across about 8 inches, and it's about this wide. It's going to just like, and I'm like, man, you've been working as an actor for how many years? You think you'd get the goddamn dimensions of the car and the rig along the camera rig on the side of the car and have a depth perception understanding of that's too close. And it's not always by sound and feel, man. It's not like clutch. Well, you guys wouldn't understand the word clutch. In the old days when there were cars that had standard transmissions where you literally had to manually shift the gears, my friends would say, if you can't find it, grind it, meaning if you couldn't find the gear you were supposed to go into, you literally forced it in and you heard it grind. And it's like, you're not driving by feel, I mean, you're not using the bumpers to run into the curb to figure out what your dimensions are. You know the dimensions of your vehicle. Oh, God, yeah, the spirit just went by. So I hope that answers your question, Ramon. I wish you would cook stuff. Yes, I'd love to. Chicken is better. I can't do veal. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't really enjoy veal. Am I dressing as Santa Claus this year? No, why would I? The back of the convertible was beautiful. No, this was on the side of the convertible where they had the side shots across his face, panning across, coming up the driveway. You drive a clutch? Well, yeah, people don't nowadays, most kids don't understand what that means. Well, yesterday, I just saw a couple of deer walking across the hillside here. We have skunk, we have raccoons, which I've never seen. I know we have rabbits, we have squirrels, we have ravens, we have bobcats, we have the mountain lion that passes through. That's pretty much about it. Oh, and the red-tailed hawk as well. Yes. What was the three on the tree? Wow, that's an old one. My God. 62 falcon. Wow, cat. Jesus, that's an old school. Well, they exist, Sarah. They just don't exist as much, and they're not being manufactured in new vehicles. Not even the Porsches and the high-end vehicles. They're on like paddle shifters, which is an automatic, semi-automatic transmission. Thanks for that insight, David. I know I cannot see the scene. Sorry, Ramon, but it's true. It's amazing. He was like, I'm going, what the hell, man? I'm like, I can't believe it. I said, you go sign that goddamn thing so we can put it with lacquer and keep it there forever. Brad Pitt was here. Yes, you can. Skunks make good pets if you can raise them from a small skunk and have them have their scent glands removed. How about this, since it's getting late and I need to tuck in? My cats do not go outside ever. The dog I take for a walk. We don't have possums, no. Holy shit, cat, that's crazy. Galaxy. Didn't I have a Galaxy 500? I had a 67 Galaxy 500 that I possessed from a friend of mine because he owed me money, and I ended up he gave me the car. Hi, Shannon. Look, let's close the night with a song. Yeah, that thing. The hell are you talking about? No, we're not. Let's read a book, a selection from Scary Stories to Tell in the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. In our case, it's quite light. What now? What? I was 8. So, oh, you were late. Yeah, that's okay. No, I'm not going to sing. Sing a song. Shut up. Who asked you? Stay out of it. Jesus Christ. No, that's okay. LOL, late. Yes, you're late. In more ways than you know. Band of Brothers. Hey, how are you, band? Nice to see you. So look, I figured there's got to be a song. Shut up with the song shit. I'm not singing crap. I'm reading a story from the book. The good book? The best book I can fucking find that's in front of me right now and keeps me from eating the goddamn rest of the cornbread. Yes, in one sitting. God. Oof, these ones just, I need something that really, ooh, this one looks good. Yay, story time. Yes, movie star, story time. I'm scared already. All right, here it is. Whew, I hope this is a good one. By the way, you keep on seeing that goddamn freaking Zim Salabim, the dark shadow? Dark shadow. No, the black shadow. What we do in the dark. Shut up. In any event, the spirits keep on popping through. So this one is called The Babysitter. It was 9 o'clock in the evening. Everybody was sitting on the couch in front of the TV. There were Richard, Brian, Jenny, and Doreen, the babysitter. The telephone rang. Maybe it's your mother, said Doreen. She picked up the phone before she could say a word. A man laughed hysterically and hung up. Who was it? Asked Richard. Some nuts, said Doreen. What did I miss? At 9:30, the telephone rang again. Doreen answered it again. It was the man who had called before. I'll be there soon, he said and laughed and hung up. Who was it? The children asked. Some crazy person, she said. About 10 o'clock, the telephone rang again. Jenny got to it first. Hello, she said. It was the same man. 1 more hour, he said. And he laughed and hung up the phone. He said 1 more hour. What did he mean? Asked Jenny. Don't worry, said Doreen. It's somebody fooling around. I'm scared, said Jenny. About 10:30, the phone rang once more. When Doreen picked it up, the man said, Pretty soon now. And he laughed. Why are you doing this? Doreen screamed, and he hung up. Was it that guy again? Brian asked Brian. Yes, said Doreen. I'm going to call the operator and complain. The operator told her to call back if it happened again, and she would try to trace the call. At 11 o'clock, the telephone rang again. Doreen answered it. Very soon now, the man said, and he laughed and hung up. Doreen called the operator. Almost at once she called back. The person is calling you from the telephone upstairs. She said, You better leave. I'll get the police. Just then, the doors upstairs opened. The man they had never seen before started down the stairs towards them. As they ran from the house, he was smiling in a very strange way. A few minutes later, the police found him there and arrested him. That's not a bad story, huh? Time with the spooks, yay. I think that's a pretty good thing, as a matter of fact. I kind of enjoy that. It's not your business what I do in the dark. That's private. Very funny, Ramon. Shannon, well, Shannon, you'll have to stop by this year. Yes, you knew that, Jill, of course. Yes, it's that, we trace the phones. The call's from inside the house. Yeah, we'll have to do more stories. I think it's a great thing. I like doing that. It's inside. The phone call's coming from inside the house, yes. Your recipes and hear more with lights in the room. Really? Candy? Behind in there? I believe it. Yes, of course, Shannon, by all means. Is that a book or is that a story out of this book? Oh, there you go. You saw that that shadow just zip by? That's the spirits. So look, we've been on for 59 minutes and 1 second. I'm actually going to call a night out of it, meaning we're going to close the club at exactly 60 minutes. Yes, it's time. It's time to go back to the cell. Who the hell asked you what the hell? I know I need to buy more popcorn. Don't get me on a... I will get more... All right, fine, be like that. Good night, Sarah. Have a good evening, good morning, whatever the hell it is going on tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to go visit. I'm going to have work and do some stuff. Hit the rewatch. Thanks for the story. Thanks, Movie Star. I appreciate it. Anyways, I got 3 minutes, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. We're out of here exactly now. You guys take care. Again, American Ghost Tours, American Walking. American Ghost Walks on the 29th here. That's right, Friday night, a week from tomorrow. A week from Friday night. That's coming up in 2 days, so it's 9 days away. Come and go ghost hunting here at the house and tell your friends. It's always, and trust me, even though they say it goes from 8 to 1, 8 to 12, it goes from 8 to 2. Come on, I'm not going to cut it off at 12. It's too early. In any event, you guys take care. Take care. Cheddar popcorn. Yes, Richard, you got that right. Absolutely, Ren, it was a pleasure talking to you guys. Have a very good night. And again, keep it spooky.